Welcome to Hidden History. Whenever the subjects of the Druids arises, they are often remembered as gentle guardians of Mother Nature and devoted worshippers of the sacred oak tree. Yet the truth of the Druids, the Irish, the British and the Gaulish Druids of Northern Europe is far deeper, far more profound. Their wisdom shaped the cultures that followed them, echoing through time like the wind through the ancient forest they once protected. Before the astute Roman general and Roman statesman Gaius Julius Caesar sent his legions across the English Channel, initially during 55 BC and again in 54 BC, his mission was clear: to suppress the divine wisdom of the Druidic priests of the Celtic Britons, and to seize the sceptred Isle of Albion, where knowledge of the physical universe had been taught for generations to over 80,000 students a year from every corner of planet Earth by the Druidic priests. Until 55 BC, the vast British wildwood stretched unbroken across Albion, where the Druidic priests had constructed their solar pools, lunar pools and stellar pools in the Druid groves and the Druid shrines. The expansive wildwood blanketed the sceptred Isle of Albion from Land's End on the Penwith Peninsula in western Cornwall to John O'Groats in Caithness in north-eastern Scotland. Across the Irish Sea and the Celtic Sea, the luscious Irish wildwood flourished with intense fertility and telluric energetic resonances. After the Roman legions invaded Albion in 55 BC and 54 BC, the Roman emperor known as Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanus, or Emperor Claudius, then instructed his own Roman legions to invade Britain in 43 AD. By doing this, Emperor Claudius effectively made the sceptred Isle of Albion just another part of the Roman Empire. For these British Druids, the pathways to divine wisdom were enduring. Each Druidic priest had to train for over 20 years by using oral instructions from arch-druids. Such training sites were located on the Isle of Wight in Hampshire, in southern England, the British Crown dependency called the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea, and on Brownsea Island near Poole in Dorset. The designated Druid High Councils gathered in Canterbury, in East Kent, at Westminster in central London, and in the walled cityscape of York in North Yorkshire. Across the Emerald Isle of Ireland and the sceptred island of Britain, they built Druid groves and Druid shrines, solar pools, lunar pools and stellar pools, that all precisely aligned with the geomagnetic ley lines and vortices of planet Earth. In Ireland, the Druids held their Screenadra, the Truth Servant shrines, as sacred ground. These shrines and their companion groves, the Garondrea, were places where spirit and earth intertwined. The names may have changed through dialect and time, but the meaning endured. They were places of truth, harmony and divine energy. Greek storytellers, hearing whispers from across the sea, called it the Driarchi di Lerni, known to us as Air or Ireland, the fertile island. Over ages the name shifted, Erin, Arin and Arin, but the sacred identity remained. Likewise in Britain, the Druids tended their Kesegefira Tederen, the Truth Servant shrines, and the Luini Deriden, the Truth Servant groves, to the Celtic Britons. Albion became known as Brydain Derry Dal, the covenant land of the Druids. The Irish called it Fratandral, the place of the Truth Servants. Even the Greeks and Romans came to speak of it as Draiarchigi Britannia and Britannia Druidica, the sacred Druidic Isles. But the beating heart of the Druidic power lay in Ireland upon the hill of Tara. This was no mere hill, but the seat of the Irish Druids High Council, just besides the village of Skryne in County Meath, and there in ancient times 3 shimmering pyramids stood before the hill, their clear quartz capstones glinting like stars in the daylight. Each rose 40 feet high, a trinity of crystal and stone, built to channel the very breath of the earth. The Druids were not merely mystics, they were scientists of spirit, masters of the earth's hidden forces. They built node activators to harness the telluric currents, what we might call the earth lights. Across Ireland, their circles mark the flow of this sacred electricity. The Drumbreg Stone Circle in County Cork, Ballino in County Down, Kenmare in Kerry, and the Beltany Circle in Donegal, all glowing with unseen power beneath the soil. And across the sea, the British Druids did the same. We know their work still. Stonehenge standing proud on Salisbury Plain and Avebury Circle nearby, both designed to balance the Earth's energies of the southwest. Further north, the Ring of Brodgar on Orkney, ancient and solemn, looked up to the midnight sun. In Kent, the Medway Megaliths, the Cauldron Longbarrow, Addington, and the Chestnuts Longbarrow formed another system of sacred geometry laid down thousands of years ago to channel the telluric fire of the land. Their stones were not placed at random, they were instruments of balance, of healing, of communication with the unseen. Even in Shropshire, the Michel's Fold Stone Circle, sometimes called the Megel's Fold or Mag's Pinfold, stood as a Bronze Age temple of light and ritual. The same purpose guided the Rollright stones on the border of Oxfordshire and Warwickshire, a place where legend says the stones whisper when the moon is full. Further north still, in the Lake District, the Castlerigg Circle, the Keswick Coals watched over the valleys and mountains, their stones forming a temple open to the sky. And far out in the Hebrides, the Callanish Stones of the Isle of Lewis stand to this day. Weathered yet eternal, they stand in silent witness, the stones still holding the ghosts of the Druidic prayers. So when we speak of the Druidic priests, let us not imagine only white and golden robed figures among the oak trees. Each of the Druids were actually philosophers, astronomers, healers, mathematicians, and engineers of telluric resonances. They observed planet Earth not as just condensed matter, but as a holistic Earth spirit, and the geomagnetic ley lines as luminescent pulses in the material world. The Druidic priests were keepers of the covenant between human beings and Mother Nature, and though the Roman Empire sought to use the divine wisdom of the Druids whilst erasing them from the historical narrative, planet Earth still remembers them all. The various standing stones remember the Druidic priests, and somewhere, perhaps beneath the roots of the oak trees or within the stone circles, their knowledge still hums, waiting for those human beings who are spiritually aligned to listen. Is it just by chance that we have some of the multinational corporations that have set up commercial hubs in the Emerald Isle of Ireland? Do only a few know of this power that this land actually holds? The incredible Druidic priests built these standing stones for us to connect with Mother Earth and for us to activate the telluric resonances around us. The Druids built these stones for us to remember and for us to activate this sacred energy that all of us hold within. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't, and you can always join the members section where we have exclusive content. See you in the next video.